Hi guys, this is some information for you regarding property tax. How to find out how much property tax was paid on a property in a certain year. There's below this video you will see a link or instead of a link you'll find a couple of quick things you can search for that you'll need, that you can use to help you find property tax information on the internet. But anyway, I'm going to read to you something I wrote down when I after I called a treasurer, you know, the person that deals with money at in a government building. I just dropped the list, so I'm going to pick it up. Alright. There's two words I want to quickly define to you. The first one is called parcel. And this is considered to be a piece of land. Parcel means a piece of land. One might say that using the word in a sentence, you might say the parcel was 10 acres. It's a piece, you know, a part of the total amount. And when the government when they talk of parcel, I think they're referring to the land and everything that's on it. Okay, like things that are fixed on it, such as buildings. Not your car, but like things that are fixed on it. That's what I get out of it. Fixed things that are fixed on it, but I'm referring to like the actual like buildings that are fixed on it. So that's what the government, I think, refers to. And the word assess, you might say, is it means to decide or try to find out the value of something. Okay, that's the definition I'm using referring to taxes. Decide or try to find out the value of something. Now, I'm going to read something to you real quick. This is some information I found. Some counties have the taxes on the internet. Some have both summer and winter taxes listed. If you didn't know, taxes are paid twice a year, summer and winter. Some have them combined. Some counties don't separate them; they just add them together. You have to do more research to find them separate. Some counties only have the taxes listed in books at the county treasurer's room. The counties that have records present of the taxes paid might only have them from 2004 to present. They might only have the tax records present. In other words, easily viewable by you just by opening a book from 2004 to present. If you want to find earlier stuff, you might have to do some research. And to get copies of taxes, meaning hard copies, from the treasurer, from the treasurer's room, they charge you, I think, about $1 or $2 a page. Depends where what county you're in. They have different rules from county to county, I think. Not all the counties are the same, I mean. And some counties will tell you the information about property tax on a certain property over the phone for free. And there's a thing called parcel identification number. Parcel being, like I said earlier, a parcel is a piece of land, and a piece of land is given an identification number. You might need this in order to determine what property taxes have been paid. You might just need the address. That might just be just enough. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. One of the reasons why I show you this is because if you're going to buy a property, you should determine how much you're going to pay in that property and property taxes every year. Unless you don't have a need to worry about money whatsoever, that's something you might want to do, because if you don't pay the taxes, they'll take your property. And they have definitely increased them over the years, and to a great degree, they're probably going to continue doing so, unless people stop it. I'd like to point something out to you. This is something I have an opinion about. You know, when you're living in a certain society, and the members of that society, the people in that society, are not taking care of making things better, and you're finding the society not really be you've had enough of it. You know, you're like, man, this is not going to change. It's just ridiculous. It's getting worse. My question to you is, why does a person stay in that society? Why don't people just go somewhere else where things are more desirable? I will say this, is that America used to be a lot better. They've increased the taxes. They've messed up the population to a great degree by TV and so-called public education, which I frankly would like to eliminate entirely. You teach yourself, or you do it like in the old days. They didn't have public education in the old days. You went somewhere and you paid the person, or relatives taught you or something. They didn't. It's public education. I think it's more brutal than it's beneficial in most cases. If I had a better situation that I could think of, which made more sense, and when I would consider everything, I'd leave this area myself. Screw it. I don't think it's straightened itself out. Okay, look for the definitions. I'll put them below the video, and those two search information things. Those two things you can search to find out information you need, that you want to know about property tax. You can find it there too. You should be able to find those two things and find out how much property tax was paid. What I'm referring to is that you need to find out what the property tax rate is. What that means is how many dollars for every $1,000 value of a property. The property tax rate means how many dollars do you pay in taxes for every $1,000 value of the property. In other words, if your property is worth $1,000 and the county is saying that you got to pay $33 to them for every for that, because your property is worth $1,000, well then you got to pay $33 in a year, or you lose your property. If your property is worth $50,000, you just times 50 times 33, because you got 50 thousands. You don't have just 1,000. Your property is worth 50 times as much, so you have to times 50 times 33, because they ask you to pay $33 for every $1,000 that your property is worth. You times those two numbers together, and you will find out how much you pay, more or less, in a year on property taxes. I'm gonna put that information in that box, in that that space below the video. Hopefully, it'll be very clear, and you guys can understand where this information's at. And one more thing, my videos are normally, as you probably know, they're normally kind of informal, and I don't try to I don't have a bunch of notes. So a lot of the time. So those who don't mind that, you can follow these videos. That's good.